remembering, as the leaves change color and the air begins to chill, that sooner or later most of us are hammered by a winter virus. We just got it done sooner than most, in the forests of Germany's Swabian Alps, from an unlikely assailant. AMG's 4.0-liter, twin-turbocharged V8 is the kind of European winter virus we like, though. It's relatively tiny, given the damage it can mete out. Wherever it spreads, it takes machines born from corporate business plans and turns them into snarling, bellowing brutes. Take the GLC 63 and the GLC 63 Coupe. Friendly, cheerful and solid as the donor Mercedes-Benz GLC might be, the bite of the 4.0-liter virus turns it all belligerent and shockingly fast. Mercedes-Benz plans to bring 63 gristle to the GLC from somewhere around $68,000 for the GLC 63 4Matic and about $5,000 to $7,000 more for the same power level in the GLC 63 4Matic Coupe, with the S version of the Coupe Body style demanding early $80K money. The S version will only be available in the Coupe Body style. The justification for asking so much more for an S version is that it lifts the power of the modular motor from 469 horsepower to 503 and boosts the torque peak up from 479 pound-feet to 516. It's not as if either of them lack potency, though. To 60 miles per hour, the GLC 63S, the fastest and most expensive of the breed headed stateside in the middle of next year, will steal the lunch of even Porsche's just launched Cayenne Turbo, hitting 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds even though it's aimed at the Macan Turbo. It's not like it struggles to do it, either. We tested the S version of the Coupe though only on 21-inch Pirelli winter tires that act squishiness, in order to comply with German law at this time of year, and it didn't just feel like it would bang out 3.7-second blasts to 60 miles per hour, but felt like it would do it all day. It helped that it used the optional race mode to wind up the 9-speed automatic transmission's AMG spec clutch pack, which replaces the stock torque converter, but in wet conditions it wasn't even necessary. We just cranked up the revs it would swallow and then stepped off the brake pedal, and hung on, and on, and then hung on some more. And the GLC 63S Coupe was the only one that didn't know this it was raining hard. Its first gear ratio is an astonishingly low 5.35:1, and it's only ever used fleetingly, especially on full throttle in Sport, Sport Plus or race modes. It smacks you back in the seat, and a clean launch, with virtually no wheel jerk much less spin, takes every one of those engine revs and turns them into a straight line speed. There's an electronically locking diff on the rear axle that takes 69% of the torque under normal conditions, but the center differential can swing around to shoot half of it up front where an open diff does its best. The full third of its 9 speeds are overdriven, and it reaches its 174 mph top speed at 19 miles per hour on the electronically limited stock GLC 63 with those 3 gears to spare. They're used for cruising and saving gas, though there is no official mileage figure yet, especially the 0.60:19 gear. It takes this a step further by sailing disengaging the powertrain in comfort mode between 37 miles per hour and 99 miles per hour, to gurgle even less. Besides borrowing the engine from the armada of AMG models, the GLC 63S Coupe also borrows heavily from their suspension features, too. It scores the 3-chamber air spring system, active damping, more negative camber, and a 4-link front end with unique steering knuckles. The rear end steals heavily from the E63S's 5-link rear end architecture, and wheel bearings now sit further out than on the standard Mercedes version. At least half the problem in the winding, saturated roads we had was that there is just such a broad range of ferocious thump from the V8 even at half throttle that it's giving everything, almost all the time. The torque peaks at 1,750 RPM and stays there until 4,500, while the power peak hits at 5,500 RPM and doesn't fall away until 6,250. There's no linearity in the power delivery, and the first 3 gears are also short. The throttle modulation demands enormous attention,